Hello, who are you and where are you from?
I'm Kimberly Branch and I am from Gulf Breeze, Florida.
All right, and what do you do?
I am a social worker.
All right, and how much has the climate changed since you were a kid?
Okay, so I grew up here. I was born in Pensacola, grew up here, stayed until I graduated high school, and then I moved to California for almost 30 years. So when I would come home, I was only here for like a week at a time. So it was kind of a gradual, I wasn't noticing much, you know. Well, I came back about 5 years ago because my dad has been ill, and I'm just, it makes me almost want to cry every day. It has changed so dramatically that I can tell you there's really nothing that I know of that isn't affected at this point. You know.
In what way?
Well, okay.
Or,
I would say, well, I'm sure you've heard about the manatees and how they were dying off. I think it was somewhere at least around 4 figures last year alone, and we used to never see them up here, but they have had to migrate this way because they don't have any seagrass to eat, and they were dying of starvation. So I guess the seagrass is still more plentiful here. They've managed to do a few things down south, like with Crystal River, to get them to come back, but yeah, so that's one example. I can think of a lot more too. They're just, goes on and on.
And
the water is so hot now. The Vibrio, which is the bacteria, you know about the flesh-eating bacteria? So if you go in the water and the water is over about 85 degrees, you run the risk of getting that. And it's not just from a cut. A lot of people think, oh, we have to be injured. No, I know someone that got it in their eyes. So this never existed when I was younger. We heard, don't eat the oysters from New Orleans this time of year. You know, then eventually they shut that down. But it was always about, if you eat something like an oyster that's not cooked, you could get this bacteria. But never was it, you can't go in the water or you might die, you know? Yeah. I haven't been in the water for 3 years.
Do you worry about it much on an everyday basis? Say
Absolutely.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most concerned, where would you put yourself?
10. Yeah, 10. And it's not just here, but this is the more evident. I never knew that I would come home and see this much of it. And yeah, I'm really scared because we have people like DeSantis that doesn't seem to be going away, and God forbid Trump, you know. And these people don't care. Matt Gaetz, the representative for this district, doesn't give a crap. We have 51 rice whales in the Gulf. It's the only place they live, you know, and he is saying, so we're going to sign off on some more offshore drilling. You know, combine that with all of we're running the animals out of the water and into garbage containers. That's what we're doing, you know.
And then what about the future? Are you a climate optimist or climate pessimist, and is there anything we can do about it?
I would say I'm a pessimist at this moment, but I'm optimistic for the future. But I do believe that everyone, even the smallest things, I've been doing social work for almost 30 years, and I've just recently, this has affected me so much about the climate change that I've decided to change careers, even though it doesn't, you know, I may not get anywhere near what I'm used to being paid. It doesn't matter at this point because we have to start now. We should have started 20 years ago, you know, when Al Gore was beating the drum. Yeah.
And so you're going to change your career into climate change?
Yes, I'm looking around to see what I can do. You know, I have a different kind of degree, but there got to be positions for someone like myself. And I'm just talking about the easiest of things too, but every bit matters, you know.
And so you do believe there is something we can do, and so you have some optimism.
I do, but you know, I think that once I start traveling again, it's probably going to be one of those things where it's going to be like a red light for me, you know, the anxiety. My cousin did a marathon, believe it or not, down in Antarctica, and he was sending home pictures, or sending it to his cell phone, and it was like just penguins out there huddled up in the, you know, looked like a storm. I said, well, what are, you know, they're saying that it's going away. Is that true? Because it doesn't look like it. And he said, if you want to see it, you better go now. Basically, it's going to be gone. Yeah. So that was about 4 years ago, I think, that he did that. Yeah. So not only did he get to go run the marathon there, he's like the 7-continent marathon guy now, but he also learned so much, you know, like ecotourism type of stuff while he was there, and I'm glad that he did get to do that, because most of us won't get that information firsthand. So.
And maybe that's needed if we want to, if it's going to mean something to us.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Sure.
Today, what is the date?
9th
of August here in Pensacola, Florida. Thank you very much.
Bye.